Patrick is asking, okay, what are some examples of kilt pins that people have used that are not kilt pins?
Kilt pins that aren't kilt pins. Okay. All right. I think what he's referring to is any other pin that people would wear on their kilt in general. All right. Originally, kilt pins were, the big old diaper clip kind of, safety pins. That started with the military tradition. And then it kind of evolved from there. Edwardian times, people would wear a pin up higher than they would wear it today. There could be circular brooches versus, but it's kind of evolved and settled into a tall and skinny looking pin. I would say that people wear random things as kilt pins. I've seen, in my tenure here, or just images, I've seen a lot of random things as kilt pins. I've seen, let's say like turquoise jewelry, like Native American jewelry as kilt pins. I've seen like the little lapel badge things that you see like clan crests or coat of arms. I've seen people try to use those as kilt pins. I've seen band patches as kilt pin-esque. I've seen people with like a bunch of like punk rock pins all over the kilt, or like button pins. So it's really, it kind of boils down to personal preference, and it's just a statement of your personal statement, what you're gonna wear. For my money, things that tend to look better tend to be in the range of 3 inches to 4.5 inches tall, and taller and skinnier. Mm-hmm. It's the shape of a kilt pin to me is more tall, skinny. So as long as it's in that vein, there is room, in my estimation, for personal expression. But I wouldn't do like wide and skinny necessarily. And I would say that, yeah. And there is room for personal expression. Mac.
I think a lot of the things that you were talking about was like, what we see is it's all little pins. It's all like 3 or 4 little pins that now equal that weight of that bigger pin. So you're almost better off going for that. If you're especially really looking for that weight, going for that bigger pin right off the bat. One of the things he's talking about, like unique things. Like you see a lot of like military guys like wearing like some of their pins,
collar dogs or whatever,
or like the EGA, wearing that on there. But it's again, they're smaller things. It's not.
Yeah.
They're wearing multiple of them to help with that weight again.
Yeah.
So.
I want to see, for me again, for my money, I want to see a larger statement thing.
Yes.
Versus like 4 small pins.
So they'll get lost.
Yeah. If you have 3 or 4 pins that are all like the size of a nickel or a quarter, it gets a little too little, and you can't tell what it is. I should be able to kind of tell what it is from 5 feet away, and not have to get down and squint next to your crotch to see what's on your leg. It's a bad look. So yeah, it's
Mr. McGowan.
Binoculars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would want to have something that's a little more statement-y. Mm-hmm. But you want it to be a personal thing, but big enough that people can see what it is. Mm-hmm. Ian, do you have any thoughts on weird things that people have used as kilt pins or?
Yeah, obviously there's good examples and bad examples of this as anything. I did recently see a picture where there was a person who was clearly wearing a plaid brooch as a kilt pin.
Okay.
That struck me as a bit heavy and a bit much.
That's all. That's pushing those chips forward.
Yeah, maybe they live in the Windy City. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not familiar with where these people were from. I didn't know them personally. I know we do have a good customer who pops in the store a couple times a week, and he's often finding unique things at antique shops and things like that he uses because he feels the need to have a different kilt pin for every kilt. In particular, he's been really on the hunt for something to wear with his American Dream kilt. He's been looking for some kind of Statue of Liberty or Liberty Bell or something of that nature. And he's been looking all over, and he hasn't found the right thing yet. So, but something like that is possible to find, but a lot of things can come across as a bit cheap. If you're like at a tourist shop in New York and looking for Statue of Liberty pins, they're
Yeah.
Especially if you're dressing it up very nicely with a nice tartan jacket and vest, as an example. Some of those cheap-looking enameled pins aren't really the right move.
Statue over to googly eyes isn't
Depending on
what
how
you
you're
want.
wearing it, of course. If you're doing a casual kilt in that tartan, you've got patches on it and everything anyway, then sure.
Yeah.
But
George Washington with googly eyes.
There we go.
it is tough to find something that was not made to be a kilt pin that looks right. Not impossible, but it is tough.
Yeah, it's a slightly larger than regular pin size.
Yeah.
For sure, 100%. The Philadelphia Police and Fire actually have a custom kilt pin that they had done for their band of a sword kilt pin with the emblem on it being the Liberty Bell.
Oh.
That could be an interesting. Now that's a very, very Philadelphia thing, but it also represents the revolution. I could see it representing the American dream, or the America in general.
Remember what we were talking about a little bit ago about creating new products?
No idea what you're talking about. No one steal that idea. I'd be stealing it from Philly Police and Fire, but yeah. They like me, so it's fine.
What is the most non-standard kilt pin you've ever used or seen? Please let us know in the comments, and then check out some of our other videos.